Hey yo, what is good, everybody? This is your boy Chad coming to y'all with another video, man. It's just video after video. You know, anytime I think, man, what will I make a video on today? It's like the world just gives me that content that we've all been waiting on. You feel me? But this video today is going to be about the black lady. Well, it don't even matter if she's black. We're just going to say a lady at the Spa was complaining. Well, not even complaining, it's a pretty good complaint to me. She was bringing forth her grievances about a transgender exposing themselves in the women's spa. So she's up here, you know, just a normal lady, just going there trying to get her spa, trying to get her relaxation on, and she turns and there's a whole transgender, you know, they identify as a woman, but when he exposed himself inside the spa, she saw his genitals. So, you know how, like I told you all previous video, if you look down, what you have, that's what you are. So he exposed that he was a man, but he said he identified as a woman. Now, this is what everyone who has a brain has been talking about, right? You know, I understand that transgenders, they have rights too. Yes, they do. But it's a difference in giving transgenders rights, giving transgender people rights, than giving transgender people rights over the people that already exist. You can't give transgender more rights than biological women. This goes for this spa, this goes for sports, this goes for everything. Like, I don't know what's going on recently with the agenda that's going on that they're pushing, but it's like it's gotten a little out of control. You have, like I said, you have transgender people now, they're in the spa, full man body, full man parts, exposing themselves to a spa full of women who are coming there to get their relaxation on. But because they identify or they feel inside that they're a woman, then everybody has to just bow down and accept it. And, you know, in the video, the black woman, you see, like, she really not having it. Like, honestly, she's not having it. She's like, you could probably find this video on YouTube. You can just type in transgender exposing themselves at spa and you'll see what I'm talking about. But she's not having it. She's like, she's telling the lady at the one of the employees, and they're like, well, you know, are they transgender and that's how they feel? And she's like, I mean, he can feel however he wants to, but I'm seeing his genitals. Like, that's not a woman, that's a man. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. So I have a problem with the transgender agenda when it comes to them trampling my words almost slurred, trampling on regular women. You see what I'm saying? Like, regular women need rights. And I feel like this agenda has gone this far because regular women have not spoken up about this. Instead, you have like some regular women condoning this stuff. And you know, I'm not saying transgender people don't need rights, but it has to be a line drawn in the sand where it's gone too far. You feel me? It's just like sports. You have transgender men who now say they're women, dominating women's sports, winning everything. You even have in the Olympics, you even have now in the Olympics a transgender man who identifies as a woman, and then now in the weightlifting. Now, we all know there are some strong women out there. I mean, I'm not gonna get you wrong, there are probably some really strong women, but you're not gonna see a biological woman who's just strong be a biological male who at 40 something just now decided, I'm a female and now I'm gonna be in the women's weightlifting for the Olympics. If they don't win, then it's like, bro, just cut your losses. You don't need to do this anymore. If they do win, it's like, okay, you are already at an unfair advantage. Like, either way, it's a lose-lose. What they need to do is make a whole genre of transgender sports, because you will never see a biological female who now says they feel like they're a male inside ever dominate sports. Why? because biological women aren't built the same as biological men. It's just common sense. Like, that's why you have women and men roles in society. Women are like the nurturers, they care for children, yada yada. Men are like providers. They go out there strong, they go out there and do everything. Like I said, I'm not saying that women aren't strong and none of that. Don't get it confused. I'm just saying that there are certain roles that men and women play in society that goes along with your gender. Like, it's that simple. So not only do you have, you know, that sort of stuff, it's just like it needs to be a line drawn in the sand. Like, if you haven't already had all the hormone blockers and had your equipment chopped off and stuff, then you can't say you're a woman or you identify that, because you haven't, to me, it's like you haven't gone the length that you said that you're a woman. If you feel inside you're a woman, then you need to go all the way woman. You got to do it. I'm sorry, but there's no other way. Otherwise, you cut into what biological women and their rights. You can't join an arena, make everybody bow down to your way of life just because this is how you feel or this is what you want. You feel me? Like, I get, you know, people think it should work like that, but it doesn't. Like, you have to be willing to sacrifice. Like, I get it, you're transgender, you know, you want rights too, but you have to look at it like you have to be the bigger person. You got to be the bigger person in this scenario and say, you know what? There are already women who, you know, are enjoying this. I can't like trample on how they feel. I need to give biological women the chance. So like I said, you have, you know, this transgender in the spa. Women are getting uncomfortable because, like, they're getting naked and they just see, you know, boobs and everything else. And then you have the biological man who now feels like a woman and his whole equipment's out. He's a whole man. So it's just like, it's just complete nonsense. That's what I call it. I just say it's nonsense, because we got to stop giving the minority in these situations more rights than the majority. Like, we've turned the small crowd into what they think the majority is, and it's not really like that when it comes to sports and everything. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I've even seen now where there was a transgender woman, well, a transgender, I don't even know. Okay, they were a biological man at first, they transitioned into a woman. The transgenders now, it's hard for me to like tell like what to call it when you know, besides that. So they now have won, I think, Miss USA or Miss Nevada, some type of beauty pageant as a transgender. So what y'all are telling me, you have a biological man who now says, you know what, I'm a woman, and is beating real women at beauty pageants and beauty contests, winning Miss America or Miss this state or Miss that state. That makes no sense. How can someone who wasn't even a woman in the first place beat women in their own beauty pageant? You see what I'm saying? Like, and to me, it's like it has nothing to actually do with who's the most beautiful or who's this. It's just like, you're transgender. I'm sorry if, you know, it's coming off like, oh, Chad, you're being inconsiderate. It's not. It's like it just doesn't make sense to me. You have real women who have been working all their life to be Miss USA or Miss this state, Miss that state in a beauty pageant. And then you have someone who is a biological male who now says they feel and identify as a woman, and they win in the beauty pageant. Like, you're not even a real woman 100%. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's nothing against them. It makes it unfair for real women to have anything now, because a biological man who now feels they're a woman can just say, well, this is how I feel, and blah, blah, blah. And they'll end up more than likely winning these Olympic trial competitions, winning gold, being able to be in a spa, making everybody uncomfortable. They'll even be able to win these beauty pageants. It's just like, I don't get it. And the only factor they really have over real women is you're transgender. And that shouldn't make the difference, but apparently that's making all the difference. Now, the whole transgender spa thing, you know, these are grown women complaining about there's a whole man here in the spa with us. And it's like, you can understand, like, as a woman, you could understand, like, that would be awkward, uncomfortable. You know, you may want your refund, that sort of thing. But it's like, you came here thinking, you know, I'm just a woman here with my girls, you know, trying to enjoy myself. Why in the world is there a whole man in here with us just because he feels that way inside? I feel like I'm a millionaire, but my pockets tell me differently. That don't mean I gotta force everybody to give me their money to be a millionaire. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. Just because an apple feels like it's an orange doesn't make it an orange. Sorry. I'm sorry, but it has to be said. And you know, this is what happens when you open the door for this stuff. Like I said in my previous video, they open the door for transgender, then there's transracial. Now you're opening the door for transgenders can be with real women. Next thing you know, it's gonna be transgender. And like this is happening in the bathroom. Out in public, you know, if they just want to be walking around with you, okay. But in private, like bathrooms and stuff, you can't have a grown man walk into a bathroom. What if there were nothing but little girls in the women's restroom and this grown man went in there just getting down into business, or a locker room, women's locker room at a gym, and a grown man comes in there and just gets down and just starts stripping in the locker room, the gym. This is either going to get people beat up, because someone's dad's gonna see this happening where they're coming out the bathroom, there's a whole man coming out the bathroom too. This is gonna end up being like where like pedophilia starts. This is gonna be where children are gonna start getting abused. People are gonna start feeling uncomfortable, and this isn't gonna lead good. This is gonna end up leading to more harm towards transgender people. You know what I mean? And the easiest way to solve this is, you know, they've been talking about transgender bathrooms, but it doesn't make sense to have a transgender bathroom, because all you have to do is do like this. All right, you're transgender, you want to use the bathroom, look down. Whatever is between your legs right then and there, that's what bathroom you go into. Problem solved. And guess what? That works for regular people who aren't transgender. You feel me? I'm not transgender, but when I look down, I see male parts, I go into the male restroom. If you're transgender, you see male parts, you go into the male restroom. If you're transgender and you're at a spa, you look down and you see male parts, you go into the male spa. It's literally that simple. If you're a male, you have looked down and you have male parts, you don't compete in the women's part of the Olympics, you compete in the male Olympics. That simple. And most of these people that were in the Olympics, that were like, you know, now are transgender and women's sports, they couldn't beat males at their sport. Like, this is like actual facts. They literally could not beat males at their own sport. Then they transition and now they're breaking records and beating women and everything. That's just completely unfair to me. And if you want to make sports equal for transgenders, transgender people have to suck it up. Either run with, when they look down, whatever they have, they run in that sport, or they need to just petition for a sports full of transgender people. Imagine this. You have male sports, you have women's sports, and then you have transgender sports. A male who now feels like they're female inside, all of those males who feel like they're female, they race together. All the women who feel like they're males inside, they race together. Best transgender wins. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, that's the only way it would be fair, because you're never, like I said, going to see a biological woman who's now saying they're a male beat men at their own sports. You're only going to see them dominate women's sports. And that's just, honestly, that's it. I can only keep it a buck with you guys. You know, I just like to tell y'all the truth, whether anybody wants to hear it or not. But yeah, man, leave your comment down below. I just want to, you know, make this video because I see it happening. I don't really understand like how it's gotten this far, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to get worse when more and more people aren't going to be accepting of this. And, you know, for transgender people to be accepted, it has to be fair. Otherwise, they're going to get discriminated even more. And I would hate for that to happen, but the way it's going with you can't force people to see the world you do, or force people to be to accept you for what you feel you are when they know differently. Otherwise, they're going to always discriminate against you and everything like that. You have to let people accept you for you regardless of the fact. You can't force people. And that's what's going on. They're forcing the minority's voice to seem like the majority. And that's not real life. Like, we got to get out that fantasy world. Like, they're operating in the Matrix when there are regular people who are like, this is reality, and that doesn't fly. But yeah, man, leave your comments down below on what you all think. And yeah, it's been your boy Chad. I just wanted to make this video, and I'm out. Peace.